Hi folks, Pammy here from Pammy's Peck of Pursuits, and today we are going to make our Christmas cake. I put together the mix a few weeks ago and it's been steeping in the back cupboard, and now it's time to bring it out. So first thing that we need are 3 eggs. Going to give those just a light beating. And they're ready to go. Now, I've got my bowl here and I've got my big jar of beautiful fruit that has been marinating for probably 6 weeks. It's solid fruit and a fair bit of brandy, and it's just been macerating in the back cupboard for quite a while. This mixture is from the Women's Weekly, and it actually is a 3-in-1 mix. There's enough in here to make a cake, a pudding, and mince tarts. So today we're starting with the cake, and we want 4 1/4 cups of fruit. And this mixture just absolutely smells delicious and tastes delicious too. So I can't wait to get into the cake once she's done. But that's 4 1/4 cups of fruit. And then we pop the lid back on. And probably next week, I think, I'll probably be making the Christmas pudding. So it can just go into the cupboard and do a little bit more macerating. Now into this mix, I'm going to put 185 grams of melted butter. And just give that a bit of a mix, and then we're going to add our 3 beaten eggs. This is a very, very rich mixture. Eggs, butter, and fruit. Let's give that a big mix, get that all incorporated. And then we're going to add 1 1/2 cups of plain white flour. And along with that, we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of bicarb soda, once I get a hold of the right spoon. My bicarb soda has a few lumps in it, so I'm just going to pop it in the palm of my hand and give it a bit of a rub and break up all those little lumps so that it goes in nice and smooth. Give that a really good stir. Get all that flour in. Got a lot of fruit and a little bit of flour. Pretty much enough flour to hold the fruit together. Now this is my pan. The pan is lined with 3 layers of baking paper on the bottom and 3 layers of baking paper in rings around the inside of the pan. And it comes up over the top of the pan. And what that does is it shields the top of the cake from some of the direct heat from the oven and allows it to keep a bit more of its moisture in. It doesn't get dry and crispy on top. It just stays nice and just brown. So we're just going to fill that pan up and push the mixture down, fill in all the little corners, and get it nice and flat on top. Now once this is ready, this goes into a 125 degrees Celsius oven for 2.5 hours. And when it is done, it comes out beautifully browned on top, and it has risen to the top of the pan. It's just lightly browned on top. It's nice and still very moist, and it's about to get moister because we're going to pour on top of it 1/4 cup of brandy. Just drizzle that all over the top of the cake. Adds moisture and some beautiful flavoring as well. And then we're going to just wrap it up while it's still hot. Just wrap all of that heat and moisture inside and let it cool. Get it all tightly wrapped in foil. And then we're also going to, once that's all sorted, we're going to wrap it in a tea towel. And we're going to just let it sit on the bench overnight and come down to room temperature on its own. So it's just going to sit there overnight. Now the next morning, we are going to unwrap the towel and unwrap the foil from around the cake once I find the edges. We'll get that all opened up. And we're going to just set that foil off to the side because we're going to use it again. There's our cake, beautifully browned, beautifully baked, if I say so myself. Now it's a very dense cake and it's very, very heavy. So when it comes out of the pan, we're going to take the paper off of around the cake, but I'm going to leave the baking paper that's on the bottom just as a bit of extra to hold the cake together. And then we're going to wrap it back up in Glad wrap, nice and snug. And once that's all done, it's all ready to sit for probably a month. We're going to wrap it back up in the tin foil that we took off. Just pop that right back in there and wrap it all up nice and snug. And it goes back into the pantry for probably a month. And then we'll be ready just in time for Christmas, ready for Christmas visitors, or just when you feel you need to have a cup of tea. So thanks for watching, folks. I'd love it if you could like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And we'll be ready for that cake soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.